Hi, I'm Matt, and in this episode we are going to be looking at the Hornet FPV flying wing. Now this is part of a bigger series. We are looking at models which cost £50 or $65 or less to buy. And this came from actually a viewer's question saying good luck trying to find models which cost less than 50 quid. I'm just making the point, and I think it's, again, I checked with the community. They all thought it was a really good idea to start sharing some of these models, which you can buy and build. Well, I say buy and build with spares which you've got available for £50 or 65 USD or less. And I'm going to let you into a little secret. This is one of my brand new favorites because it's absolutely fantastic. So with that said, all of these models have been bought out of my own money. So if you have any questions about this one, or maybe in the previous episodes like the AXN, the Texuma, or the Bonsai, which we've covered previously, please just ask, because I will give you the honest answer, and you can do that by leaving me a comment underneath this video. Now, before I go any further, actually, I just want to add a little quick update about the Bonsai flying wing, which we covered in the previous episode. I didn't mention anything about FPV, but the same process goes as the Texumos. You can pop on one of the small little micro cameras, and I'll go and grab one off my desk. This is the Eachine MC01. I'll pop this one on the iPad just to give you an idea of the size. So there's my hand, there's the little video transmitter. It's absolutely tiny and would very easily fit on the Bonsai flying wing. So yeah, a little bit of an update to the previous episode. Now, really onto the topic of FPV is that this model costs 25 quid. So let's just say about 30 USD. And like I said, it is fast becoming my new little favorite wing. And the reason why it's fast becoming my new little favorite wing is because it was built to be a small, agile racing wing. And it's super cheap and pretty simple to build, to be fair. And in fact, as the time when I'm recording this, I haven't put the build video up, and to be frankly honest, I do moan a bit about the construction of it in the build video, but that's just wiped out by its performance in the air. Now, I can only give you one negative about this model, and it's a bit of a daft one actually, is that it doesn't fly inverted very well at all. But that aside, the roll rate on it is absolutely nuts. If you load her up with a decent FPV camera on the front, in fact, let me just put this, make sure this is on the iPad for you so you can see the layout, is that if you load her up with a decent FPV camera on the front, so maybe like a Sony CCD or a Runcam Swift, for example, then you can run a video transmitter on the side. The suggested motor is very small actually. Let me just turn her around for you, just make sure you can see her on the camera. Yeah, so that is an Emax 1806 motor. I forget the kV, so I will need to check. 2280 kV. It was, I don't know, about 9 quid the motor, if that, and you can buy the full-blown kit from the manufacturer's website, which is a website called flyingwings.co.uk. Now, I'm not affiliated with that company at all, but I can tell you the Hornet, whoa, nice model to fly. And what I will do is that in the top right hand corner of this video now is put FPV Maiden up there for you, and also now is that I'll put a second flight up as well. Brilliant little thing to fly. Oh, and also in the top right hand corner now is me on a training session with her as well. Now, even on the windiest of days, and I've flown her in quite some hefty wind, is that she did cut through it quite well. It does waggle, it does like go for the air like that, because we do have some very big wing tips on her, okay? But that said, for a cheap FPV camera, cheap transmitter, a small ESC and a small receiver, and for its compact size, and let me turn it over for you so you can see the bottom, and let me just make sure you can see that on the iPad as well, okay, is that for her compact size, what a little corker. This one really is fast becoming my favourite for FPV. When I get to a flying site, I'll go and get the Bonsai out, chuck that around just to see what the wind conditions are like, because if that gets pushed around, then this one will get pushed around quite a bit. And then, yeah, just load it up with either an 850 or a 1.3 3S battery. Absolutely brilliant fun. The flight times is a little bit less now because I got a 6x or 60/30 or 6x3 carbon fiber prop on the back of mine, which has given us a little bit more speed, but obviously the reduction of flight time. And battery is charged, by the way. And yeah, brilliant little model. It will cut through the air. It is quite badly affected by the wind. Okay, but if you're a more experienced pilot, so maybe you've done a good portion of flights flying FPV with other models, yeah, for its size, for its cost, 25 quid. Come on, it's half the budget which we've got. And one of my big acid tests is that if I smash this model up today, and you can probably already tell by my facial reaction is that I don't like the idea of that a lot, is that I would, without hesitation, go and buy another one of these. Okay, now do take a note on this one. I was not sent this one as a freebie for review. I've spotted it. It looked like fun. I bought it out of my own money, and I am super impressed with this. So when I finally get around to release the build video, all the whinging about the plywood being on the side being a bit flimsy and stuff like that, just ignore it, because once it's in the air, once you've got it built, spot on, absolutely fantastic. I would instantly buy another one if I smashed this one up. In fact, I should really go and buy another one, because I'll let you into a little secret. In that box there is a spare bonsai, because I do like the bonsais a lot, and if I do manage to smash my way up between 1, 2, 3 of them, I've got a fourth one spare there, and I think, to be honest, I'm going to go and buy myself another one of these, because I would genuinely be upset if I smashed her up. Now the setup I've got, like I said, I've got a Sony CCD camera on the front. I do have a video transmitter on the side. The Tower Pro servos, you saw those when I mentioned in the previous part of this series. We've got a Turnigy 18 amp speed controller. Because I used the Tyrannus, I've got the FR Sky VA-R42 receiver just embedded in there. And let me just bring that round so it's a little bit closer for you, just so that you can not see it on the camera. There we go, that's a little bit better, isn't it? So that's the layout which I've got for mine. Absolutely amazing fun. The only negative I can give you for this one is she really does not like flying inverted. You've got to put loads of down in it. To the point that you'd probably have an issue, and I did have an issue trying to bring it back out of an inverted flight. So yeah, that's the only negative. But on the flip side, the roll rate on it is mental. Its agility in the air is far superior than the Bonsai by a country mile. It is just so fast. It's so responsive, and as you can tell, I really like this model. So yeah, 25 quid, $30 USD. Bargain. Yeah, if you've got a couple of servos kicking around, a small quadcopter motor, and a small ESC, geez, get yourself one of these. They are just really good fun. And in fact, I'm going to go in a minute and get myself another one all good, because I would really feel bad if I smashed that one up, because it is just so much good fun. In fact, I've kind of already worked out my paint job for the next one as well. Oh, and by the way, a little tip for you, do put some stripes on one of the wings. So if you do fly this line of sight, which I don't really know why you would want to fly one of these line of sight and rather than not using it for FPV, but do put some stripes on the bottom so you can tell which wing is which in the sky. So yeah, that is the Hornet FPV flying wing. Brilliant little model. I can't sing its praises enough, and I'm just being 100% genuine with you. I do really like that model. So yeah, happy days. So, time for me to wrap up. Obviously, if you have any questions about the Hornet FPV flying wing, please just ask. Remember, I did buy this out of my own money, so I will give you very honest answers to any questions which you have. And have you thought about buying the Hornet flying wing? Would its form factor, do you like the idea of it being a small form factor? If you own one, tell me what you think of it. Just be honest, and to help others who may be on the fence about buying something like this, please share your experiences with the Hornet FPV flying wing. And you can do that in the comments section underneath this video. Now, I would really like to say thank you for taking the time to watch this episode. If you have any questions at all, like I mentioned, in the comments section underneath this video, and I'd like to say thank you for watching this episode. And I've just repeated myself, but I'm going to leave this in because I've got a lot of models to go through to show you what you can buy for 50 quid or under $65 USD. You can buy a lot of model for that kind of money. And obviously this is excluding electronics. So again, it gives you maximum flexibility in what you do with your models. Now, really is time for me to go. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode. If you're not already subscribed, hit the subscribe button, whichever way it is on the screen. I'll stick an arrow to it. And you'll get notified when the next part of this series has been published. So with that said, from myself, Matt, and the Hornet FPV Flying Wing, cheerios.